recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik squared off against George the Animal Steele and Corporal Kirchner in our feature match this week on Championship Wrestling. Hello, everyone. I'm Vince McMahon, along with wrestling's only living legend, Bruno Sammartino, and we'll have...
Oh, George Steele, what's he doing? He's not scheduled here, is he, Vince?
Well, in the tag match, also on hand, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. He may be taking a look at Elizabeth.
Oh, that's it. We know that he's got his eye out on Elizabeth. That's why George is here.
Plus, a tag team match that'll see King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd, and more. Right now, however, let's go right up to ringside and begin the festivities.
This is a tag team attraction scheduled for one fall. In the ring at this time, to my left, from Sioux City, Iowa, weighing 241 pounds, Bob Bradley. His partner from Tampa, Florida, at 243 pounds, Terry Gibbs. And their opponents, from Mud Lick, Kentucky, weighing 286 pounds, Hillbilly Jim. And his partner from Philadelphia, Mississippi, weighing 406 pounds, Uncle Elmer.
My goodness, and that is a whole bunch of beef out there, Bruno. Those hillbillies are something else.
That's for sure. There's Uncle Elmer with his 400-some-odd pounds, and Hillbilly Jim no slouch himself around close to the 300-pound mark.
And of course, the tune that you can bet the opponents of the Hillbillies are listening to, and they may take heed to the title, Don't Go Messing with a Country Boy. Hillbilly Jim, out of the hills and into the ring. Look at old Elmer in there. Look at old Elmer get down.
Pretty light on his feet for a 400-pounder, isn't he?
I'll say, look at that hat. Oh, yeah. Elmer, little fancy footwork. Hello, Cubs. All right, referee trying to get a little longer here, and the Hillbillies want to get down with a hold down. Bob Bradley, Terry Gibbs, teaming up, I believe, for the first time. Both of whom on an individual basis are quite accomplished in terms of their wrestling skills.
They certainly are. Ordinarily, under normal circumstances, both the Bradley and Terry Gibbs, they can give their opponents quite a bit of competition, but now we see two super heavyweights, and we'll see just what they can do against the Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer.
All right, now, Bruno, what advice would you give? Terry Gibbs on the rope and his shoulder block, he's going nowhere. What advice would you give Gibbs and his tag team partner, Bradley?
One, certainly not to start shooting tackles right away. I've always maintained that what you do is you try to get these people off their feet if you can. And the way to do that is you go low, try to get them around the ankle area, try to trip them up, because if you get them down on the mat, then perhaps you can do something with them. But as long as you leave them on their feet, you can shoot tackles, drop kicks, and you're going to be very ineffective.
Our wrestling fans in the Worcester area, be aware of the fact that on Friday, February 21st, the Centrum has a great World Wrestling Federation card coming your way with a 7:30 p.m. starting time. You'll see on the bill such stars as Hercules Hernandez, Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik, a premier tag team combination, and Macho Man Randy Savage. The WWF back in Worcester on Friday, February 21st at the Centrum.
Well, grabbing both of them was pretty hard to really put a lot of power behind, because Hillbilly Jim could not hook his hands together to really put all the strength behind it.
Was that a legal tag? I don't think it was. We have Bob Bradley in there. I think it's supposed to be good.
Absolutely, because he had Gibson a bear hug, and Gibson never made the tag, so Bradley does not belong in that ring, and he got away with an illegal tag, but however, what good is it doing him? Look at this.
Up in the air, Bob Bradley. Oh, my. Jim comes in and takes one on the top of the head. Another roundhouse right by Hillbilly Jim. Jim now with the tag. Big ol' Elmer ambles into the ring. Off the rope. Oh, my. Look what's Elmer going to do. Oh! I could polish him off. And it's out. Big bar hug there. Uncle Elmer, Hillbilly Jim.
Here are your winners, the team of Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer.
Well, it's time for a little fiddling. And this jam-packed arena, all of them, certainly right behind Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer. And I guess maybe this tune is meant for all the opponents of the Hillbillies. Don't go messing with a country boy.
That's for sure. Bradley and Terry Gibbs just found out. That was really, as tough as those two are, there was really no contest. The Hillbillies were mighty tough.
Hillbilly Jim out there with so many fans. There's big old Uncle Elmer. There's something else. Jim, of course, in the running for a special Slammy's Award. Best single vocal performer on a wrestling album. He might be in the lead. We're going to find out a little bit later on. Big smile on his face. Something else, yes, sir. Standing up. Later on, we're going to have with us, we take a look at the replay there. Tito Santana, the British Bulldogs, the Macho Man we mentioned earlier. Right now, let's go to Lord Alfred Hayes and a special update.
When last year's WrestleMania swept across the nation, its fire not only lit up the USA, it also ignited the rest of the world with its shock excitement. So much has happened since that epic day that circumstances have compelled the advent of WrestleMania 2. This time, the expectations have risen to nuclear intensity, and once again, the world of wrestling is holding its breath, poised, as it were, on the brink of another shattering WWF earthquake. Here's a clip of last year's WrestleMania. Last year's WrestleMania was a star-studded night of wrestling that smashed all previous records. However, experts now predict that WrestleMania 2 will be a spectacular success, overshadowing everything else. We will bring you more on WrestleMania 2 as it comes in. For Update, this is Lord Alfred Hayes.
The awards coming to an abrupt halt here in a couple of weeks as far as the voting is concerned. We're going to show you now Category A, which is Best Personality in Land of a Thousand Dances video. Here are 6 of the nominees. Let's take you to the nominees.
I want you to come in. You go over there with the dog. Back to back, belly to belly, bumper to bumper, wrestle rock, horse, order. You break at my heart, baby. I would like an apple to come down in your head. If that ain't enough, baby, I'll do the strut up and down your spine. I don't talk too good, but my big dog a whole lot better.
All right, there are 6 of the nominees for Best Personality Land of a Thousand Dances video. If you'd like to cast your vote, you only have a couple of weeks to do it. It's coming to a close for the huge music awards at Slammy's. You can do so by simply casting your vote to this address.
This is a tag team attraction scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my left, the manager, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Manager of the Year.
Here is his tag team combination from Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing 458 pounds, King Kong Bundy. And from Los Angeles, California, at 364 pounds, Big John Studd. Their opponent from Florida, weighing 234 pounds, Daryl Bolin. His partner from Scotland, weighing 242 pounds, Ivan McDonald.
Ivan McDonald. Daryl Bolin making their initial appearance here. Oh, yeah, Bundy is a big man. King Kong Sunday, no, that's Bundy. And he is awesome, this Bundy. So is Studd. They are just unbelievable.
Well, we just saw two big men in the Hillbillies, Uncle Elmer and Hillbilly Jim. And now look what follows. Here's Bundy, 458 pounds, and John Studd, 367 pounds. I'll tell you,
Look at this, going for the slam now. That man from Scotland trying to get under it. No, down the canvas.
Well, McDonald just made a very dumb mistake. You don't start right off trying to get a guy like Studd.
Oh, through the ropes.
Right through it, and I mean, he went out.
As we mentioned a few moments ago, it will be the World Wrestling Federation back in Worcester at the Centrum. It's Friday, February 21st with a 7:30 p.m. starting time. Among those on the card, you'll see the Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana, who on this occasion will join forces with Corporal Kirchner in a tag team encounter, and juking down the aisle, grabbing them cakes, will be the Junkyard Dog. It's going to be a great night on Friday, February 21st, when the World Wrestling Federation appears at the Centrum in Worcester.
No place to go except to the buckle. A comment, Bruno, we can get from you concerning the announcement we heard earlier on by World Wrestling Federation President earlier this week, Jack Tunney, about the no individual will be allowed entrance into the ring with a cast on his arm.
Vince, I take my hat off to Jack Tunney for coming with that kind of a decision, because that is appropriate and it's right. We know that a lot of wrestlers have been getting serious injuries from those casts. And I do think that if a fella's got such an injury, it requires a cast, then let him get healed before he comes back into action, but not to use it as a weapon against wrestlers that they in turn have put some of them out of commission. So I commend Jack Tunney. That was a great decision that he made.
Well, certainly I was not going to make one individual I know very happy, Cowboy Bob Orton.
You better believe it. Orton's going to be, I'm sure he's very, very angry, upset, and everything else with it. Because that was really a devastating weapon, and he used it on everybody he wrestled. So that's it's going to make a lot of people happy, knowing that will not be no longer.
Look at this. Studd just elbowed Donald, and the tag was made. Look at this! Bundy, no! Oh, my goodness. That man is finished. Why is the referee allowing 2 minutes? Oh! He wants a 5 count. And you'll get it. King Kong Bundy. Victorious. If we have it, we'll take you back. Let's go back to the replay. Bundy is nothing short of awesome, Bruno. Look at that.
The big splash, that's after Studd whipped him against his opponent, against that buckle at 458 pounds. Amazing. Unbelievable.
All right, fans, tonight is the night at the Boston Garden. You know, in a cage, Bruno Sammartino meets my guest at this time with a smile on his visage. Rowdy Roddy Piper, hours away.
Boston Herald, Charlie Manning, pure genius. If Bruno Sammartino decides to show up at the Garden Saturday and take on Rowdy Roddy Piper in the scheduled steel cage match, he'll get just what he deserves for doing such a dumb thing. A savage beating. The Hot Scot slapped poor old Bruno during a special Piper's Pit and the Garden in November. He whipped him in a one-on-one bout during December and teamed up with his best old buddy, Cowboy Ace Bob Orton, to embarrass and beat Bruno Sammartino and his partner, Mr. Blunderful, Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Small mistake on my part. Wouldn't you think that by now Bruno may have gotten it through his thick head that he should hang up the tights and go back to his mansion Well, actually, it's a shack at the city dump, but it does have 2 birds with baths in them in Pittsburgh. Now he wants to get beaten up in a steel cage by Rowdy Roddy Piper. Bruno has been the world champion and worn the tag team belts, but that was 40 years ago, and he's washed up. Just look at the ears the next time you see them on telly. They look like a Doberman pinscher has been chewing on them. And of course, amongst the wrestlers in Massachusetts State's Athletic Committee,
I'm sorry to interrupt this dialogue. Fans say Cold, we're going to be right back.
Scheduled for one fall. In the ring at this time, from parts unknown, weighing 230 pounds, Mr. X. And his opponent, from Tocula, Mexico, weighing 244 pounds, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, Tito Santana.
What a great champion. Tito Santana, originally from Tocula, Mexico, certainly exemplifies all the characteristics, I think, that most individuals in the world look up to. Bruno Santana does.
He certainly does. He's a great champion. He has been meeting all the best. He's been defending his title more often than required. He's great with his fans. He appreciates his fans. Always in tip-top shape. You look at him, 244 pounds. He's in such great shape that he almost looks lean. He's like a racehorse. He's got so much fire in that ring, such versatility. He's just a great champion. He's been champion now for a good while, and Tito Santana is going to be champion for a long time to come.
Mr. X behind him. Nice little switch there by Santana. To the ropes goes Mr. X. One way to break the hold. Got to watch those elbows come flying back.
He's a cagey character, this Mr. X. He's no slouch in there. He's quick, and he knows all the tricks, too, and full Nelson.
This is more of a defensive Santana easily breaking it and now applying it. And when you're short like that, Bruno, I would think you wouldn't have quite as much leverage.
No, you wouldn't. And I thought when he applied the full Nelson, I thought he was going to use it to do something with it, like maybe take Santana down or come back and take him down on the mat. But he just held, and he's not strong enough to do any serious damage to say make Santana quit or anything like that. So I really don't understand what Mr. X was trying to prove with that hold.
Santana to the rope, shorter block, and over goes Mr. X. To the rope again, over Mr. X. Right back at him now. Oh, put on the brakes. Nice. What a hip toss. Arm drag takedown. Santana on top of Mr. X. That was a nicely executed series of maneuvers.
Well, that's Santana. He is quick. He is sharp. He's got perfect timing. And you see he read Mr. X, and he's quick. He stopped. He sensed that that X was going to pull a leapfrog because he kind of telegraphed it. And as a result, he took him down, and now Mr. X is caught in a pretty mean headlock.
Santana, you'll note leaning into Mr. X. Now X trying to make a move. Looks like a rake in the face from our vantage point.
It's one way of getting out.
Sure is. And Mr. X really quite the aggressor now. Series of elbows to the back of the head. Santana blocks that, and X goes in. Santana reeling Mr. X to the Baco. So X is having his problems. I'm surprised here Tito, just moments ago, kind of backed off a little bit.
Yes, he did hesitate for a split second. Maybe he sensed that X was doing something. I don't know. But, well, there again, he had him set up. He was ready to throw a right, and then he just kind of pulled back.
Capacity crowd enjoying the talents of one Tito Santana, notwithstanding those of Mr. X. Later on, as we mentioned, the Macho Man is going to join us. The British Bulldogs. Perhaps championship bound, many say, as a tag team combination. Santana unloading now on X. Whips him to the ropes. Back body drop. Grabs the leg. Santana going for the figure for a leg lock. Locks it in. Sinks it way down, and it is over. Santana applying the figure for a leg lock. Yes, sir. Reba. Santana victorious in the non-title matchup.
Here is your winner, the Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana.
All right, Bruno, let's take it to the replay.
Tito Santana has really mastered this figure four leg lock. He does it as well as anybody. And here he is. Look at this. Boom. He sets it up, hooks it properly. And there's Mr. X nowhere, but he gives up. He's really, look at the pressure he's putting. Santana's really got this hold to a T.
He sure does. I wouldn't even be surprised if Greg Valentine could learn a lesson or two from the execution of that particular hold.
It only happens once a year. WrestleMania 2.
All right, fans, tonight is the night here in the Boston Garden, the home of the Celtics, the home of the Bruins, the Boston Garden. A phenomenal card in a return title defense. Tito Santana to meet Macho Man, Randy Savage. Come on in tonight. Within the confines of a steel cage, Piper, Rowdy Roddy, and my guest at this time, living legend Bruno Sammartino.
I think Roddy Piper, finally, I think he's still crying and moaning about the fact that his bodyguard, Ace, is not allowed to be anywhere near Boston. In fact, I understand that he's going to be in Arizona or someplace where he's scheduled to wrestle.
Good.
And so Mr. Piper has to be in, and maybe he's going to have this goof from Boston. Well, what's this guy's name? This Mickey
Herald?
Mouse writer. He writes for one of these, whatever, Manning, or Charlie Manning or
Charlie
something.
Manning?
Yeah. I understand that he gave, Roddy Piper loves this guy because he wrote some distorted thing about what happened in two previous matches. Evidently, this man wasn't there because had he been there, he realized that Roddy Piper was the one who got the trouncing of his life.
You know what happened, Bruno, is I think Charlie Manning, in all due respect, got his information from Roddy Piper. Not a real good source.
Unfortunately, he's one of these pathetic writers who doesn't see the facts for himself. He goes by hearsay or whatever. But anyway, that's neither here or there. What's important is that I'm thrilled that it's finally here. The cage match is finally here. Gene, I've never been so ready for anything in my life like I am for tonight, because I'll tell you, it's frustrating when you're so angry and upset as I've been over what's happened with Roddy Piper on the last couple of outings. It's so hard to wait, and here we are. It's finally arrived, and if you don't mind, Gene, I would like to say to my dear Italian fans, questa sera è venuto io e questo Roddy Piper. Stasera questo disgraziato che c'ha una bocca come un leone, che parla, che fa questo. Questa sera ci faccio vedere chi è il vero campione della lotta. Questa sera questo disgraziato ci chiude la bocca per sempre. A Boston non credo che lo vedrete più. Questo vi prometto, questa sera gliela ammazzo questo disgraziato.
Tonight in the Garden Cage Match.
From Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, weighing 259 pounds, A.J. Petrucci. His partner from parts unknown at 239 pounds, the Gladiator. Their opponents are managed by Captain Lou Albano. From England, at a total combined weight of 466 pounds, the British Bulldogs.
Yes, what an applause for the British Bulldogs. Bruno, they are really popular, and why not? Because if ever you can see wrestling talent and tag team combination almost to perfection, I think perhaps it's this team.
They've got it all. They look so great. They're so quick. They know holds that you see nobody else display in that ring. They work so well together as a team. And every time they're in the ring, they're so spectacular. You never see them in a bad outing. They're just phenomenal.
Davey Boy in there with AJ. And quickly reverses things on Big AJ. Into the armbar now. Nice takedown. No, look at that. Davey Boy stays right with the hold. If you don't know what you're doing there, you can lose a shoulder real quick.
That's true, but the English Bulldogs, they know what they're doing every second that they're in that ring.
Clean break by A.J. Petrucci. Perhaps wants to have a little scientific match out of this.
I have my doubts. Maybe thinks he's going to fool Davey Boy Smith, but I doubt it.
Does this surprise you here? A.J.'s a big, strong boy, but pound for pound, many think the Bulldogs are perhaps the strongest in wrestling from a pound-for-pound standpoint.
I believe that. That was a nice takedown by Petrucci. There's no doubt in my mind. I know that I'll tell you what, you watch these two work out in the gymnasium and you'll see how strong they are as for the kind of weights that they handle. But you look at their bodies, not only how well they're put together, but they also have natural strength because they are both extremely strong. Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith.
A.J. Petrucci right now taking over. No, wait a minute. Body slam by Davey Boy.
And what a slam. Just see how he really drove him on that mat. Everything they do with so much into it.
Dynamite now. Hurled to the ropes. AJ waiting for him. Shoulder block of Dynamite. Knocks over Big AJ. Standing side headlock now. Another shove this time to the... Uh-oh. Bulldogs are just lightning like quick. You're not going to get... Oh, look at this. Dynamite out on the outside. AJ spins. Oh, what a drop kick from the top rope. Nip up. Look at this. Oh, what can you say?
Here comes the big suplex.
Oh, look at that. And the tag is made. Davey Boy in now. And I would think by this time, AJ thinks he must be up on Mars somewhere.
AJ would love to get the Gladiator in there. Looks like he's going to get caught with another suplex. And here it comes. Look at this.
Well, this time he holds him up there. Does Davey Boy lets him. And he drives him down. Davey Boy to cover on AJ. Gets two, and still AJ kicks out.
Well, now that's surprising. Got to give Petrucci credit for that. Shows you how much punishment he can take, because he took an awful lot, and he was able to get out and tag the Gladiator.
All right, now the Gladiator, fresh coming in. See what he can do. What's it, a little double team? No. For a moment, it looked like it. Dynamite Kid with a slingshot on the Gladiator. Tag is made. Gladiator not making, at this juncture, much of an accounting of themselves. Uh-oh. What are they going to do? Oh, no. What? Oh, no. Look at this. Oh, and a slam. Yes, sir.
That's a power slam that has all power slams.
The Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith, they are the British Bulldogs, led by Captain Lou Albano.
Here are your winners, the British Bulldogs.
The British Bulldogs, many think they are championship bound, as we stated earlier on. And of course, we saw them in a non-title match against the champions. They were victorious right in the middle.
Absolutely. And with Lou Albano guiding these two, I think that they're destined. Look at this. Now here we see Dynamite Kid picks up the glade, puts him on top of the shoulder, Davey Boy Smith. And now look at, here's Davey Boy Smith. Boom, from that second rope. Wow. Boy, what a slam. My goodness.
He'll be down on the mat for a week. Standing by, ladies and gentlemen, Rowdy Roddy Piper. I would think Cowboy Bob Orton will not be too happy about the announcement from President of the World Wrestling Federation, Jack Tunney, concerning the cast. Let's take you now to Piper's.
You think you're, don't you? You think that you have all the answers now, don't you? All the people across everywhere have put so much pressure on the WWF. They kept saying, you know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about all you guys that are running around in pink sneakers, trying to date ladies that are running around in blue jeans. You know the ones that are all messed up. You come and put so much pressure on, you make my AC baby take his cast off, man. For good. And you're all so proud of yourselves, aren't you? You're all so proud because you think that you have figured out how to get one over on RP and Ace Bobby Arden. And then you go to the referees and you go to the commission, you say, well, these guys are punching so much, they should have gloves on. I think to myself, 86 just out to get my kicks. I think to myself, if that's what you want, then that's what you'll get, you peasants. I would like to introduce my new protege, the one and only Mr. Boxing Bob Orton. Look at this man. Look at this man right here. And no, that's what you wanted. You wanted boxing gloves on it. So we decided to do this. We decided that since there's nobody in the world, easy boxing Bob. Since there's nobody in the entire world that wants to wrestle us anymore, we thought that we would put an open contract out for anybody who has ever had the wrestling trunks on in a ring at any time in their life. If you want to put the gloves on, this is all you got to do. You just got to step up and say, boo! This is Boxing Bob. Hi, Boxing Bob. You see, we'll fight anybody at any time, so just come on and see if you got the guts. See, just when you think you got all the answers, we change the question.
And this Saturday night, beginning at 8 p.m., good seats are on sale at the Garden box office. You'll see Hillbilly Jim meet Big John Studd, a martial arts match, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat taking on the Magnificent Morocco, a return Intercontinental title match. Tito Santana defends the belt against Macho Man Randy Savage, and a steel cage bout. Bruno Sammartino meeting Rowdy Roddy Piper. All happening this Saturday night at the Boston Garden. From Lostad, Illinois, weighing 236 pounds, Paul Dose. And his opponent, down the aisle, being led by Elizabeth from Sarasota, Florida, weighing 239 pounds, Randy Macho Man Savage.
Well, yes, the Macho Man on his way to the ring. If we can get a look at Elizabeth, I know that's what everyone wants to get a look at. There she is. She is such a lovely lady. And it is certainly very much a puzzlement as to why she associates herself with the Macho Man.
Yes, that is the big question, because as you say, she certainly is a very beautiful, beautiful lady. The Macho Man, meanwhile, hey, what can you say about the Macho Man? He certainly has proven himself in the WWF, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. One of the great wrestlers, one of the great talents, no doubt of that.
That's for sure.
It's a little ironic, I think, how the fans cheer Elizabeth and boo the Macho Man, though.
Well, of course, they see Elizabeth, this beautiful, beautiful lady. She's got a nice smile, so everybody likes her.
Look,
oh, my goodness, look at this. Look at that. George the Animal Steele with the flowers for Elizabeth.
I can't, how about that? The Animal set to wrestle. In the tag match, we saw him earlier in the opening, and they just gave Elizabeth flowers. How about that? Elizabeth. Oh, and the Macho Man on the outside. Let's pick up the commentary.
Where did you get the flowers? Tell me who did it. Tell me. Tell me now who did it. Where'd you get the flowers at? You gonna give me the flowers, yeah. You know what I'm gonna do with the flowers, huh? I'm gonna do a smash them against your head. How do you like that?
Oh, look at that. Oh, come on.
You like the flowers? Let's get the flowers. Come on, Stephen. Come on.
Maybe we shouldn't pick up the commentary. Look at this. Macho Man, really hot. Now, if there was ever an opportunity for an upset here, I think it's right now. Macho Man certainly does not have his mind on the match.
He certainly does not, but I don't know about this Paul Dose. He's too laid back. He should be ready. Should be like, he should, like you say, the Macho Man is so upset that right now, look at this.
Here it goes.
Well, Paul Dose just didn't know what he was doing. He had his back to him. He was staying in his corner. He didn't know how to take advantage of a very upset Macho Man. And look at this. He's still got his glasses on.
Macho on the top rope. Macho Man. Oh, my. With the elbow to the pectoral area. Don't tell me that's it. The Macho Man is hot.
Look at that. Never even removed his glasses.
Oh, come on. He's not going to jump. He's looking down at Elizabeth.
Here is the winner, Randy Macho Man Savage.
The Macho Man, victorious. I think he made wrestling history by defeating an opponent while wearing sunglasses.
That's for sure. There was no contest. He just, boom, got him from the back and boom, he came up on that top rope with that mighty elbow, and that was getting to Paul Dose.
You have to wonder what the Macho Man had to say to Elizabeth and what he's going to have to say to her.
Yes.
What can Elizabeth do? She had to accept the flowers from the animal.
Totally innocent. Elizabeth did nothing wrong, but the Macho Man doesn't see it that way. What's he going to say to her once they get back to the dressing area?
There's a look at an incredible athlete, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Stay with us.
The greatest sports entertainment spectacular of all time. Now even greater. WrestleMania 2.
Right now, in a few moments, the special tag team match. But right now, we're going to take you to Category B, which is indeed the best single vocal performance on the wrestling album. Here are all of the nominees in Category B.
With a country boy, a country boy, a country boy. Don't go messing with a country boy, don't mess with a country boy. Walk down Rick Springfield, 'cause she's my girl and she always will be the only girl for me. But when I'm on the scene, everything's alright. The woman I like me, that day, there's only one thing.
That Mean Gene is something else. If you wish to cast your vote for Category B, which is the best single vocal performance on the wrestling album, for the Slammies, you may do so by sending your vote to the Slammies, the Wrestling Music Awards, P.O. Box 1538 in Greenwich, Connecticut.
This is a tag team matchup scheduled for one fall. In the ring, first of all, the manager, Classy Freddie Blassie. And his tag team combination, from Tehran, Iran, weighing 258 pounds, the Iron Sheik. And from the Soviet Union, at 313 pounds, Nikolai Volkoff. Ladies and gentlemen, at the request of Mr. Volkoff, he asks that you all rise and respect his singing of the Soviet National Anthem. Led by Captain Lou Albano from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 288 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
Look out, the Animal's in there. Corporal Kirchner has found himself a tag team partner. Whoa, wow. The Animal, the most unorthodox individual, perhaps in the history of the World Wrestling. Look out now. There's no telling what this man will do.
Oh, yeah, there's what he's going to do.
That nasty green tongue lapping about lizard-like. The Animal, with a brief little respite there before the match begins. Salivating all over the corner pad. Corporal Kirchner answering the challenge of Freddie Blassie. Last minute consultation on the part of Freddie Blassie. Nikolai Volkoff from the Iron Sheik. We all wondered whom Kirchner would select as a partner, but I must say I'm quite surprised in his choice.
I'm surprised too, and I think that the Sheik and Volkoff and Blassie are equally surprised.
Let's get Cassidy crowd right behind Corporal Kirchner. Over the hip, no, nice maneuver, nice retaliation. I think Nikolai will try his luck now with Corporal Kirchner. And a forearm block. Kirchner firing off into the chest. Kirchner trying to get behind Nikolai Volkoff, can't quite do it. Sets him up now, working to the rope, and whoa, foul with a slingshot. The Sheik. See that quick tag off with the Sheik and Volkoff, and that has to wear Kirchner. Oh, look at that.
Well, of course, twice they've been making quick tags. They got Kirchner, even though he had the upper hand there, but he's going and you know, you do get a little bit tired. And see what happened now. He got caught with a clothesliner, and Kirchner's in trouble.
Now, oddly enough, the Animal has, look at this, Kirchner blocking that maneuver, and the Sheik goes up. The tag is going to be made. Look at this. Double team effort. Sheik and Volkoff all over the Animal. Ooh, my, over the top rope goes the Animal. But look, that doesn't faze him one bit. The Animal is a breed of a different... Oh, no, look what he's doing. He has a chair. Oh, no.
Uh-oh, the bell just rang. The bell rang. You know what that means? Is this going to be a disqualification against Steele and Kirchner?
I'm not certain. The Sheik, you could see earlier on, he must have bit his tongue when the impact of the chair came down. The Animal wants
The winners
more.
of this bout, as a result of a disqualification, Nikolai Volkoff and the Iron Sheik.
Oh, now the Animal going after the... Oh, did he get him?
Whoa, no,
thank goodness he missed the referee. But the Animal is he is an Animal.
All right, fans, tonight is the Boston Garden in a cage. It's going to be...
Mr. Fuji, what do you think? What do you think of that Babel? Excuse me. Am I bothering you? That's all right.
You're interrupting,
it doesn't
Tom.
matter whether I am or not. What do you think of that Babe Elizabeth? would they play Tucson Zenny for Elizabeth in Japan?
Let me tell you this, boy, son.
I actually stand up when Macho Man walks down the aisle with Elizabeth at his side, especially going after that honky Mexican Tito Santana tonight in Boston. Me and Mr. Fuji even get excited ourselves.
He uses binoculars.
No, he does, because he's...
Froggy, you shut up and have Morocco's. You don't talk. You be quiet, Froggy.
We got it all stuff. And the Hillbilly and John Studd, two cripples. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Two guys that can't touch their toes. Isn't that going to be something else?
Biggest bump tickets in the business.
And then Bruno Sammartino. Don Johnson's in trouble. Don Johnson's in a lot of trouble. Have you ever gotten a good look at Bruno Sammartino's mug? Every time I think of him, I think of accidents and what Roddy Piper's going to do to him. Well, actually, in a cage match, he could possibly do him a favor, couldn't he? He could possibly rub his face and rearrange it to the portion where it may even look
better.
Not better, you know. Let's not get carried away.
Piper's a good cosmetic surgeon too, boy, son.
Yeah, Bruno might need a few of them little warts taken off his nose there. But how do you? Well, you could probably relate to this, because I know you like to be tied up and bound and gagged and everything else.
Morocco.
Well, Ricky Steamboat wants me to put on a white jacket. A white jacket and tie me up and bind me and call it a martial arts match. Because he thinks he's Bruce Lee. He thinks because he can flip and bounce and jump around that I'm upset that I'm in a martial arts match. Oh, I don't mind being bound. I don't mind being tied up. Ricky Steamboat, what you're going to mind is being embarrassed once again at your own game, you see. You like to be Bruce Lee.
With that hand?
With that face? With this hand. I crush right side of face. With this hand, I crush left side of face. With this foot, I kick left ear. With right foot, I kick right ear. Ricky Steamboat martial arts. Hallelujah. Boston Gardens, here we come. Walking down, I'll be beating my guy in the snow
tonight. Tonight is the night in the Garden.
Paid for by
Championship Wrestling, one of the great cards produced for Championship Wrestling. You'll be seeing the likes of the Junkyard Dog squaring off against Terry Funk. Also in a matchup, we understand that indeed a challenge was issued, as we know earlier, and apparently someone is going to accept the challenge of cowboy boxing Bob Orton, not cowboy Bob Orton, and face him in some sort of boxing contest.
Well, I don't know who accepted this challenge, but it does surprise me a bit because there's quite a few people who are willing to take him. They'd rather take him on with the gloves than with that cast. I call it the steel cast they did on all these months.
Well, there's no more cast, but now apparently there's the gloves. We'll find out how good Orton is next week when someone challenges him in the boxing contest. As we mentioned earlier, we're also going to have the premier match. It'll be the Junkyard Dog squaring off against Terry Funk. Plus, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great former WWF stars, Superfly Snuka, has a cousin. His cousin will be on hand next week to show us his wrestling skills. Also from the Fiji Islands, it's Superfly Afi. We'll look forward to Superfly Afi next week, along with the Killer Bees, along with as well Ricky Steamboat, King Tonga, and a whole lot more. Until next week, this is Vince McMahon along with Bruno Sammartino saying so long from ringside.